custom artist. Today we're doing another previews flip through. This is the February catalog. Everything in here will be in shops in April of 2020. And one of my loyal viewers, Nick Morphew, he was asking for more page turning, so we're going to devote this video to him. I'll leave a link to his channel below as well. He does like vlog stuff, travel things. He's a really great, interesting guy, so go check him out. And if any of you want a shout out or a channel recommend, same thing, all you have to do is down below tell me what you want to see. And if you have a channel to promote, I'll be more than happy to throw a link and shout you out on the show here. And, of course, be subscribed. But let's continue to grow the channel. We want to do great things. Do a big giveaway at 3,000 subscribers. So let's get to it. As you all know too, we have the two other previews books to get through as well. And I've seen bits of things, but I haven't looked through the whole catalogs, but I know there's a lot of cool things in here. And of course, I always want to plug the Previews World. They have a YouTube channel. I think it's just Previews World on YouTube. And they post videos all the time. And yeah, they have the Free Comic Book Day coming up May 2nd. And I'll probably do another video again where I spotlight the books here so that you guys can know what to expect in your shops. And don't forget, the point is to get new people in there. And you get your free books, but also try to, pick something up to buy as well. Because the free books do cost the shops a little money to get. I thought this was interesting to note here. Adventure Man #1. This is written by the Dodsons. Or not written, but rather drawn by them. And written by Matt Fraction. So if you're into those guys' work, this might be something to check out. I'm not sure how many issues it will go to. It doesn't give a specific number, but looks like a nice quality piece of work there. Interesting. I'm seeing more. A lot of what you would call like in-house creators for people. So we have Robert Kirkman, who, he's been in Image quite a bit. But we have Chris Samney on here too, doing this book here, Firepower. Looks like it's about a monk. Kieran Gillen's on this Ludocrats one. Interesting seeing a lot of normal talent, or I guess like McFarlane and DC talent in Image. And I know Rick Remender, he's been on low. He's done quite a bit of Marvel stuff. This one I'm excited about. I love the Beatles. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. Of course, for a lot of people as well. But this is the Paul is Dead graphic novel. And it's basically the story that compiles a lot of the conspiracy stuff around this particular possible truth. And basically, Paul got in a car wreck, and the theory is that he actually died in that car wreck. And there was a contest they did a while back, I want to say before all this, for like Beatles lookalikes. And the theory is that the lookalike for Paul actually stepped in and replaced the Paul that had died in that car wreck. And as you can see, the art for the book is all painted and everything. So I am definitely curious about it. So anytime you can combine art and music, I am super excited. So want to mention this book here, Philadelphia. It is by the who was one of the ongoing Spawn artists, Jason Sean Alexander. He does really gritty, quality, hardcore horror work. So if you're into that, check out his stuff. You won't be disappointed. This looks interesting. Alien, the original screenplay. It's gonna be a 5-part book. I know whenever the movie first came out, they did some comic adaptations, as well as for the sequels and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what the original intent for Alien was. This is some interesting work here too. I wonder how much of this is Jeff Lemire mixed in with the painting and everything. I like that though. I swear I still really need to go and get the Hellboy Omnibus collections. I think there's 5 or so of them. And they're either 25 or 35 a piece. But they collect the whole series in chronological order. They even have them for like all the specials and stuff too. Here's the art for The Last of Us 2. I believe that game is coming soon this year. So if you're into that game, check that out. This looks interesting too. I always love when I see, your non-traditional mediums used for comics. serializing classic Usagi Yojimbo stories into, just single comic book formats. I'm sure they'll do the trades too once they've collected enough. So that's cool because, Stan Sakai's Usagi work has always been in black and white up until, I want to say even like the last year or so at Dark Horse they did colorization too. I could be wrong. But I know whenever he came over to IDW, they started doing it as a regular thing. Here's another book with some painting here. I swear I'm a sucker for it. So Ghostbusters Year 1, I think this starts to come out this month. Either this month or last month it started to come out. And they do interviews with each of the original Ghostbusters. And they just talk about some random, unknown things, I guess. It says find an interview with Egon here. Inspecting the damaged firehouse while they talk. The secret history of the Ghostbusters' first run-in. Business concludes here. Oh, and then it's going to be collected into a trade. So if you've missed the whole thing, you can get the trade as well here. I don't typically buy Ghostbusters stuff. I did enjoy when they had their run-ins with the Ninja Turtles. But it's one of those things, I can only buy so many things at once, but I did enjoy it. So it looks like they're even gonna print this in Spanish too. Of Nancy Drew, that's pretty morbid. I like these covers here. Oh, look at this. The art of Luis Garcia. Looks like a nice book. We have the Ninja Turtles meet Power Rangers conclusion. It's been a lot of fun. Definitely recommend that if you haven't been reading it and like either of those things. to say about these particular items. And then, of course, you can always go to previewsworld.com as well, and you can check out the full catalog there too. It'll just be, digital and stuff. So, here we go. Here's the section I always like. This is the dynamic forces. So all these are like collectibles. They're a little high price, but they're already bagged and boarded, as you saw on my Turtles 1984. Let's see if I have it. They come with a sealed sticker to authenticate the product and the certificate, and it comes already bagged and boarded. This is the 1984 Turtles 100 variant here. But anytime you do a Dynamic Forces item, this is how it comes to you. So I've gotten a few of them, and I highly recommend them if there's anything you see. So, let's see what we have. So this one is Catwoman 80th Anniversary, signed by Tom King. So if you like his work, good chance to get something by him. Up here we have Joker's 80th Anniversary, signed by Scott Snyder. This one is next one is the signed package, it says. So it comes with I want to say 8 other random bonus Batman books, plus this book signed by Scott Snyder. And then you can get it signed by Greg Capullo, who's the cover artist. That one is $50. And then you can get it signed by Jock for $50 too. So these are all individual products. If you're into any of those creators there, you can get that book. It'll be sealed, signed, and have that certificate. So it's kind of like the next best thing to, your grading services, and where they put the thing on the plastic and all that. So if you don't have the time and resources to do all that, this is the next best thing. The CBD grading and all that, or CBC. I think that's what it's called. Let's see. This is just a variant here, not signed by Gabriel Delato for $80. Now the one below it says it's signed by Benjamin Percy for $50. I believe he wrote it, maybe. I don't know. This is a cool one. This is an industry legend signed book here. Signed by Ron Lim. The Road to the Empire. Kree Skrull War. That's $30. That's pretty cool for a legend like Ron Lim. Same thing, this Spider-Woman book, signed. Now sometimes, I'm not sure, I think your shop might keep a record if you've ordered a Dynamic Forces book before, and they'll give it to you for the intro price. But if you're a repeat customer, I believe that you end up doing the manufacturer suggested retail, which is, a little higher. But I'm not 100% on that. I don't think my shop has done that. But I think that's what that is when you see those two prices. And then we see these are straight up drawn on books, I believe. Baby Yoda head sketch by Ken Acer. $77.77 or $89.99. $89.99.77 here for Miranda Gainey and then Scott Harrell. So these are all already signed, drawn on sketch covers, it looks like. Signed Mark Brooks, Captain Marvel, number 1630. Ed McGuinness Turtles variant 30. It is not signed, but I do love Ed McGuinness, so that is tempting. And, of course I love the Turtles. And then this is a mystery package, I guess, for $150, but then it has 40, so I'm really not sure about the pricing on that one. But, yeah, highly recommend Dynamic Forces. I guess they also have a site too, dynamicforces.com, and they have contests and stuff, so I'll actually do that too, truthfully. But they've been doing it since the beginning. I think they're partnered with Diamond or something. Now this is a fun book here, Drawing Blood. They released this as single issues, and they had a Kickstarter for it originally. So now they're collecting all that into one book. It's basically like a biography slash non-biography written by Kevin Eastman, and then it's drawn by Ben Bishop, I believe. Yeah, Ben Bishop is his name. And that's like a 4-part issue thing, and then it includes their character that the guy makes in here is called the Radically Rearranged Ronin Ragdolls. Right here, they're cats, and it includes like a little issue about them, which is like the first issue of the comic he made. And I know there's elements of it that are true, like, because it talks about how they're trying to make a movie and they completely depart from the origin and try to say that the cats are aliens. And I don't know if you guys recall, but the newer Michael Bay Ninja Turtles, that was their initial thought process for making that film. They were going to say the turtles were aliens, and there was a big fan backlash. So I know that particular chunk is biographical, but there's a lot of crazy, shady things in there too, with like drugs and gangs and stuff. So I don't know if Eastman was involved in any of that type of stuff at all. So if he was, I would be surprised. And it is a mature book. There's some swearing and a couple of scenes of nudity, so beware of that. But very interesting read all in all. Lots of nice video game books here. I love the art from the Street Fighter games. Very tempting to get. Transformers manga, that looks cool too. And then they're releasing prestige formats of the original Pokemon comics. So that's pretty interesting. Like they did them, I guess the first time they did them was for Zelda because they reference it here. So it's collected. It's like the Viz Big editions, more or less, but then it has some pages are colorized, not all of them, but there's a few like covers and things that are, if I remember correctly. Alright, books going upside down here. And backwards. Lots of Baby Yoda merchandise in this one. I think April's when all of it's gonna start coming out, even like the black series Star Wars figure and the Funko Pop and all of that. Some Batman animated pins. Those are tempting. I do love my Batman animated. I'm so excited. They just announced that Ty Templeton, who was the Batman comic artist from the original series and several other Batman series, and Paul Dini are gonna write a 6-issue Batman animated continuation miniseries. So that's gonna be awesome. So make sure to check that out, and I'm sure I'll be promoting it as it happens. This Superman Batman Hush figure looks great, by the way. I think it's just called Batman The Adventures Continue or something like that. Batman Animated The Adventures Continue. And they have figures for the series that have already been promoted. And so I think the figures featured are going to be the ones that are in the book. So if that's the case, that's kind of crazy, because I did see a Batman Who Laughs Batman animated figure just got solicited. So yeah, there's the Yoda Pop. The one annoying thing though is this figure, his ears are so big, so the box is sideways on him, so he's not gonna stack neatly with your other pops. So unless you have some sideways pops. I have a Jurassic Park T-Rex pop that I just stood on his side because I didn't want to lay him on the other direction. And they have a ton of Adam Sandler pops coming out. I might get some of those. If you grew up in the 90s, he was certainly one of the comedians to watch, you know. Not too many things recently that he's been doing that are really must watch, but I did enjoy his stand-up special he did on Netflix, though. Definitely very crass, had a lot of language in it, but was just really random and funny, so. And then they just teased I guess this is gonna be the final thing. Oh man, look at that Mortal Kombat Spawn figure coming out. But Zack Snyder and Greg Capullo are gonna, for one last time, do a Batman story together, which is like, I think it's just called Heavy Metal. And it It looks crazy. They've got like a grunge rock looking version of Superman almost, and they have a Batman that's got like a scythe, like a Grim Reaper and stuff, and Wonder Woman has like wings growing out of her and a crown and all this stuff. It looks crazy. I think it's just called heavy metal or death metal, or I don't remember, but and you'll see it, I'm sure, in the next month or so. Solicitations. They're promoting McFarlane's DC line has just come out here. So I've seen plenty of people talking about these. They look pretty good. There are bits of it that are weird, like Superman's knees look a little bit off. And like the ab thing, it doesn't do like your industry standard ab crunch and stuff, but they're fun toys to look at. But a lot of people are frustrated because they don't match the existing like Marvel Legends and the previous DC Universe figures. So people are like, Todd did that on purpose so you would have to, rebuy Batman and Superman and all these characters to have your new set of figures, so. And then they're slightly taller too, I want to say. So, not the same scale. But I don't have a lot of those, so. But I might get like the Batman Who Laughs one. I don't know. I know my shop just got him in though. Mandalorian statue there. It gets very hard to turn pages at the end. Oh, Half-Life figure there. That's cool. I can't wait for the Final Fantasy remake to come out. I've got my son playing the original one on the PlayStation right now. I think it's like $15 to get on the PlayStation Store for the PS4. Alright, let's do the DC previews. And first off, we have the Joker 80th Anniversary Spectacular. It's $10 and there's like 96 pages. They have different decade variants here. But Arthur Adams, David Finch, Francesco Mattina, Jim Lee, Bill Sienkiewicz, Gabriel Dell'Otto, Lee Bermejo, and Jock. So I'm really annoyed that they don't ever show all of the covers. They can't ever solicit everything. And the time, like these previews orders, I think you gotta have them into your shop by next Tuesday or something like that. I think that's the 24th or whatever this coming up week is. So I think today is the 15th. So this is Saturday the 15th when I'm recording this. So, but it's this coming Tuesday, I believe. But like they still haven't shown all these covers. They've shown some of them. You can check them out online. So they also have Catwoman's 80th coming out too. We have Adam Hughes, Travis Charest, Stanley Archer, Frank Cho, J. Scott Campbell, Gabriel Dell'Otto, Jim Lee, and Ji Young Lee. So, and I'll be getting both of those, but I'll have to see which covers. Hopefully all of them are online now, but they weren't at the time. We have Leviathan Checkmate 6-issue miniseries from a book that I felt didn't have a really good payoff, so I'm on the fence about getting it. 6 parts, $4. We'll see. Now, Batman's doing really well right now. I recommend checking it out and picking it up if you haven't picked up Batman in a while. They're definitely going in a very crazy direction. We have the DC's Unkillables spin-off. This is the final part of it here. I think the first part comes out this month, so look for that if you haven't. has a guest spot in Action Comics, and Superman comes to Young Justice too, I believe. I like this Two-Face variant here. He's one of my favorite Batman villains. Terrifics is still going. I'm not sure why, but that's a thing. So we have some fun reprints coming out. We've got the, whenever Joker cut his face off, they're doing a reprint of that for $1. And this, there's a Darwin Cook Catwoman story they're reprinting for $1 there. I don't know about a lot of these other ones. I think this is this the Joker Fish one? Oh yeah, this one is cool right here. I remember they did a Batman animated episode about it with the Joker fish. So that one I might get. That's a facsimile one though, so that one's $4. Definitely one of the most memorable Batman animated episodes though. And then we have, this was the first Batman book, maybe the first comic I ever bought off the shelf right here. The Norm Brayvogel Batman. So that's collecting a bunch of stuff into a trade. And then the George Perez Superman. Tempted to check that out. $50. Looks nice. Look at that. I love the detail. And I'm sure he did this all, by hand. Which is a rarity these days. The buildings, look at how good the buildings look. I love it. I love the craftsmanship there. Wish I could do that. I like that DC is starting to do like these artist spotlight portfolios. I wish that they weren't so little though. 42 pages. I think the Jim Lee one was maybe 24, or maybe it was 42 like this. They did one for Art Germ and stuff too, but I wish they were bigger. If they were bigger, I'd easily get them. And they're like $40, $50 or something too, right? Oh, never mind. It's $25. But I think they're printed on like heavy cardstock, and they're 12 by 16, so they're big pages. Like when you get an art print at a con. So it's like having a book full of con art prints. So it's kind of cool. I guess it works because those are, about 15 to 25 depending on the artists you follow and support. So I guess it's not that bad, but like if I want to do a thing for the show that's too few pages to do like a full video on, so I'd need like a stack of those. So I'd have to spend like $100 to do a video with several spotlight portfolios. Which anytime I buy a product, I always think about how I can use it for you guys, so. So this is what I was talking about in my last comic haul, which, of course, if you haven't checked that out, previous video, so go look it up. We got a mystery signature in there, so cool. But the Fantastic Four and the X-Men are at odds. Franklin Richards is part mutant or something to that extent, and they're trying to make a play for him to join their island. And of course, you know, the Fantastic Four are very protective of their son. So there's tension there, and I think it'll spill over into this here with Avengers and Fantastic Four. So yeah, so it'll be it's called Empire. I guess, are these the preview pages for it? I thought this was for the Avengers here. Oh no. So these are preview pages for Empire here. So, lots of action and stuff. So, if you're into that, check it out. And I think that's Hulkling, I want to say. And he's part Skrull or something. I'm not exactly sure. But I think he's like a king of the Skrulls or something at this point. Let's see what it says. The Korean Skrulls have united under a new emperor, and their war fleet is on a collision course for our world. Yeah. But I think that's a Hulkling. I don't know. I know he was in the Young Avengers, though. And then, of course, they're doing what they do. They make 1.5 million tie-in books and mini-series. But, as I always recommend, just get the main thing and you'll be okay. You know, you'll miss a lot of footnote stuff if you don't get the others. But, yeah, that's it. Yeah, see, Lords of Empire, Emperor Hulkling. So yeah, that is Empire. That's Emperor Hulkling there, so I was right. But I don't know much about him. I don't even know why they would call him Hulkling if he's a Skrull and not actually like a Hulk or whatever. And then yeah, see, we have the this stuff here. So it looks like something happens with the Fantastic Four. And then we have the Marvel Zombies coming back because, you know, they saw DC's recent spike with Deceased. So they're like, oh, let's pull our zombies out again. But it's fine, I get it. And then this is their big thing, Outlawed. They're doing that with all the younger superhero groups. Lots of cool reprints here. I don't think anything that really stands out to me, except for the Taskmaster first appearance there for $1. It's cool. So Taskmaster is getting a 5-issue limited series because he's the villain in the new Black Widow movie. So I hope that he's like a serious evil villain again in these and not like a goofball as he's been portrayed in the recent Spider-Man Foes books and stuff. So we'll see. Children of the Atom, these are all new, all young X-Men here. We have a young Cable. He looks like that kid from Meet the Robinsons to me with a streak in his hair. Then, yeah, the last part of X-Men Fantastic Four. Yeah, Benjamin Percy is the writer on Wolverine for that signature I was talking about. So this is interesting here. This is a classic X-Men story here, which I have and I'd love to read on the channel one day. God Loves, Man Kills. They're doing an extended version of it, so it has extra things that haven't been seen. And it's gonna be a two-part thing, which I'm sure they'll collect into a book afterwards, which is how I'll probably consume it if I do. I'm not sure what this whole Marvels and Marvels X and all this is. They've got Alex Ross's name in it, but like he's not doing interiors for any of it, I don't think. Now I am gonna check out the Captain America one. This is the Marvel snapshots. They're like spin-offs with certain characters. And so Steve Root is doing the art for it, so I love Steve Root stuff, so I'll be checking that one out for sure. And it's got that cool Alex Ross cover. So not just the cover, but the inside should have some quality Steve Root stuff. Hopefully it is actual, like, painted inside by Steve Root, because he does all sorts of art styles, but hopefully it'll be painted. Let me see if it says. It doesn't say if it is or not. The X-Men one looks interesting too. I'm not really familiar with Tom Riley though. I'll check him out and see what his art style looks like. So, let's see. They're talking about Sin's Rising Prelude. I'm not sure. I'm sure that has something to do with the ongoing Spidey book, but these don't have that slap of a logo that says Sin Rising or whatever. So, but there's definitely some weird stuff that's coming in Spider-Man. Kindred is the guy we've been seeing with all these little worm type thingies. And then there's a character apparently called the Sin Eater, so ties into all that somehow, so. But they're trying to do some new original character type of stuff, so. And it's intriguing, so. Unfortunately, it's just like they keep going off on like side story tangents, you know, to stretch out the writing and everything like they like to do. So I just wish they would tell, you know, the focused narrative and not deal with like the silly misadventures of JJ or whatever. But what can you do, right? Another Immortal Hulk one-shot. They've done a few of them. I've missed out on a lot of them. I might get this one because Del Mundo's doing the interiors on it. So I do like his style. He did those Thor books for a period. They got Butch Geist to do Immortal Hulk. That'll be cool. Looks like Moon Knight's gonna be fighting the Avengers, so that's pretty cool. This is the most ironic thing that I can ever see here. They have a book called How to Read Comics the Marvel Way. So, the premise is, hey, has this ever happened to you? You had your intelligent friend, a comic book eagerly anticipating future conversations, only to have it return months later half-read. What went wrong? Comics can be like a foreign language. If you don't learn them young, you might need extra help and motivation to catch on. Other clever cartoonists and scribes have shared their theories of the grammar of comics, but never before done in the mighty Marvel manner. So this is a 4-part series to tell you how to read, to teach you how to read Marvel Comics. Now, I think something is wrong if you have to print a 4-issue series to help guide someone to start reading the comic books. Back in the day, Stan's philosophy was always every comic is someone's first comic, meaning there's always brand new readers. So if they pick up an issue of Spider-Man, they should know, he's got powers that, his uncle died, and basic premise, stuff like that. They should know the basics whenever you pick up any book. They should understand that character. They should understand their motivations, and know their powers, and kind of where the book's headed. And I think they've lost sight of that. Even now, they'll do, they'll type up the 1-page summaries to kind of give you footnotes on previous issues. But honestly, a lot of people, especially if you're picking up a comic, you're reading it for the pictures. You're not looking at the full page of text that's right there. And they sit there and they say, oh, well, they must have read, the 1-page summary, so we don't need to tell them any additional information in the actual written story with the art about the series. And then they barely put, the little asterisk footnotes where it's like, oh, we lost Thanos in space or whatever was an asterisk, see this issue of whatever. And they might do a footnote, but it'll just say, see recent issues of this, and not a direct, this issue revealed this thing. So, just kind of a little grievance there. So, I think that's kind of ridiculous. If you kept Stan's mantra in place, you wouldn't have so many confused people, At the very least, thinking about it, you could, that 1 page that they do have, you could use that to put some artwork in to make some footnotes with. Just kind of a way, because the people who pick up that book, they totally ignore that typed up page in the front. They're not there for that. They're there for the writing with the drawing. So if you want that to be read and understood by the readers, do a little drawn intro that says, hey, these are these guys, these are their powers, these are why, what caused them to fight, and this is where we're at now, So, I don't know. Just little musings, I'm probably gonna get. See, it's 112 pages, all Mark Brooks art. I have a very good likelihood, and this is one of the covers that I missed. This was for the Marvel 1000 comics, and it's by Mark Brooks, so love his stuff. Probably gonna get that $25. Perfect price point, great idea, keep this up. DC, please follow suit and do this. Thank you. Alright, that's gonna do it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this thing out. Let's grow the channel. Let me know what you want to see, as always, if you want me to shout you out, throw a recommendation in there. I'll see your channel, see if you're promoting, if you have content. I'll sub you. You sub me back, all that good stuff. And I'll throw a thing to your channel on my video that I devote to you. But as always,